So we're going to get going here with a little stretch and recovery routine that I like that works your whole body. We're going to start with some thoracic rotations. So the goal of this is to help open up your mid-back. You want to be in that tabletop position. Thread your elbow kind of through your other hand and then open up with your mid-back, trying to not let your hips rotate at all, keeping that back nice and flat. So I'm going to do 10 each side here. This is a great one for again, mid-back pain. If your shoulders are feeling kind of tight, you're sitting around a lot, working on a computer. Here we go. I'm going to switch sides. Just 10 rotations. And you can pause this video at any time if you want to do more or anything else. And then you can jump right back into it for the next exercise. All right, we're going to be moving into something called hip cars next. So back in that tabletop position, you're going to bring one knee forward and then open the gate, stretch your leg all the way back, and then back to that starting position. So this is really helping your hip bone kind of circle around in its socket, get nice and loose in there, stretch out all those little muscles that are in your hip. So this one's pretty awesome, and it's actually surprisingly tiring too. Really feel that stretch in the back, bring it forward, open the gate, backwards. And again, I'm going to do 10 on each side for this one. It's a great overall hip opener. All right, switching sides here, open, stretch it back. A lot of people have a good side and a bad side. My left side, definitely, I cannot open it up as much. So I should probably work on these a little bit more. Good. All right, we're moving in to none other than the world's greatest. So you're going to get in that lunge position. The hand that's with the leg that's forward, you're going to kind of push your forearm against your knee and then rotate up. So you should feel a little bit of an adductor stretch in the front leg, a little bit of a hip flexor stretch in the back, and then you're rotating through your mid-back as well. So I'm just holding it for a quick 10 seconds here. Again, you could pause the video to do a couple more sets, or if you would like to hold it for longer. All right, next we're going to do some cat camels. We're going to do 2 of them. It's going to be a thoracic cat camel, so for your mid-back, and then we're going to do a low-back cat camel. So for this one, you're squeezing your shoulder blades together and then pulling them apart as far as you can, really stretching out those rhomboids in the middle of your shoulder. So I'm just going to do 5 here. Notice that my butt is back against my heels. Really just focus on the mid-back. And now for the low back, you want to be back in that tabletop position. Sink your low back down and then back up again. These are also called cat cows. I've always just called them cat camels. Coming down, really reaching up like a scared cat. All righty. We're going to go into a 90-90 stretch with a reach through. So both knees are at 90 degrees. You're going to reach that back arm through and then rotate up. Reaching through, rotate. We're going to do about 5 on each side. Just trying to get full mobility throughout the whole body here. All right, and we're going to switch legs. Again, 90 degrees, reach through and up. As you might be able to tell, I need to do some more of these in my life. Pretty tight throughout my mid-back. All right, next, one of my personal favorites, we're going to do some adductor rocks. Now, you might remember these from the H4 warm-up, but one leg is going to go out to the side. Bottom of the foot must be completely on the ground for this stretch to work. You're going to rock your butt back to your heels and then come forward. Really feel that stretch in your inner thigh. 5 on each side here. And we're switching. Stretch it out. Again, you could always do more. Just pause the video. All right, moving on to some hamstring stretches. So flat on your back, one leg's gonna go up, the other leg is gonna be completely flat. I want you to bring your knee down and then point and flex your toe back towards you. Hands are gonna be behind your thigh, not quite behind your knee. And with that toe pointing, I'm actually doing something called a nerve glide for your piriformis nerve, which can sometimes get tight, especially with sitting a lot. So stretching the hamstring and also stretching out that nerve a little bit. Just 5 on each side. All right, moving on to the front of the legs, we're going to do a nice sideline quad stretch here. So I'm pulling that leg back and bringing my heel to my butt. I know we've been doing a lot of quad heavy, knee dominant movements, especially with all the squats and lunges. So again, just a 10-second hold on each side. So this is going to be a good way to stretch out those quads if they're feeling pretty tight. And it's kind of the easiest way to do it. Just lay on your side, grab a leg. You could even do this on a couch if you want. All right. Next, we're going to do some child's pose. Our hands are going to go out in front. You're going to push the heels of your hand down into the ground as you sink your head through your shoulders. You just hold. So I'm really pushing my heels down into the floor, feeling it stretch through my lats. I'm going to walk it out to the side. Feel that stretch on the right side of your lats. As you overstretch it here, should feel pretty good. Walk it back. My shirt makes me kind of look like a stegosaurus, which is kind of cool. And then going to the right side and stretching out that left lat. Child's pose is another one of my favorites. All right, last one we're going to do. You could do this against a wall or a railing here. We're going to push your hips back, bend at the waist. So you feel a stretch in the back of your hamstrings. And then as you come forward, squeeze your glutes into full extension. Get a little bit of glute activation in there as well. So reach your butt back, push it forward. So again, you can do this against a wall or a railing. Awesome job. I hope everyone enjoyed this little stretching video. Try it after one of